What's up, y'all? So, Anthony Richardson, just be patient. You gonna get your job by week 7. Trust me, you gonna get your job by week 7. Week 8, the team gonna be like 2-5. I'm telling you, Shane Steichan talking about something. Yeah, bro, Daniel Jones he's not gonna play the whole season. Cause you wanna know why he's not gonna play the whole season? Because he's trash. They both trash. Both of them. They're both not good quarterbacks. But this video is more so about Anthony Richardson because it's looking like the Indianapolis Colts have given up on the Anthony Richardson experiment. And quite frankly, I can't blame him. It's getting close to the point Shane Steichan's job is on the line, guys. And to be honest with you, I don't feel like his job should be on the line. It's the damn GM, Ballard, that needs to go at the end of the season to where they get a new GM. Because they're not... Guys, this team has been through... Let me read my notes. 11 starting quarterbacks since Andrew Luck. So, Jacoby Brissett, Gardner Minshew, Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, Sam Ellinger, I think. The list goes on and on, guys. Anthony Richardson, Joe Flacco. It goes on and on. And you don't think that because we know when we were young, growing up, Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck, you know what I'm saying, have kept this organization at top-notch level. Colts have always been pretty much around the Peyton Manning era, been top of the franchises in the NFL, and you don't look at them in damn near the same category as the Browns and Jets, but this number is growing, guys. That's 11 starting quarterbacks since Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck has been retired not that long. That's a lot of quarterbacks you're going through rinsing and repeating. And to Anthony Richardson, it's not really his fault because the kid should have never been picked that high. He never should have been picked in the top 10. Never, guys. He should have never been picked that high. All of this stuff, if I'm going to read his scouting report coming out the draft on Walter Football on his strengths and weaknesses, his draft profile, and all of it, his weaknesses is still the same thing in the NFL it's been. But it's like the league has sat there and watched the success of Cam Newton, the 6'5", 250-pound quarterback that's a dual threat quarterback that can launch it 80 miles, 80 yards down the field. The league has fell in love with that. The league has fell in love with the Josh Allen where he was a project coming out and the way he's turned himself in. Everybody feel like they can emulate that with these guys. And these guys are not the same quarterback. They don't have the same mentality. They don't have the same IQ. They don't have the same physical attributes as throwing the ball. Just because you can run the ball and break tackles and scramble out the pocket, that don't mean nothing when you playing quarterback like that. It means something, but at the end of the day, you win games because of your arm as well as the running ability. Lamar was a project to an extent. He's worked on his game tirelessly to become an elite passer. You see what I'm saying? Lamar has worked on his game tirelessly, so now the league feels like that these projects can be, since we watch Lamar and Josh Allen be projects and turn up, we can do the same thing. That's not the case with some of these kids. It's rumors Anthony Richardson work ethic is not where it needs to be. You know, him tapping out games, tapping out. I need to catch a breather. You should never ever do that. That's not a professional look as a quarterback. You do not want to see that. I'm not gonna hold it to him because you know not to do that again. You don't think Michael Vick used to be tired? Running around the pocket, breaking tackles? I got to keep playing. I'm the quarterback. I'm the leader. I got to keep going. That's the one thing that quarterbacks are the most arrogant along to receivers where if they not playing well and they 80 yards in the fourth quarter, 3 picks, they never feel like they should be benched. Quarterbacks never want to sit down on the bench. So as you, man, you got to get you you got to be more of a leader than that, man. Don't ever do that again. But, You know, it's just the league is just trying to find these guys where it's just the ceiling is so high that we could work past the ceiling in 3-4 years. And the thing that's really making me mad, guys, is this project culture where we got the project. He really should have sat for. He should still, guys. We got to get these kids out here. I don't have time to be sitting here waiting 3-4 years to see if this kid is the guy. Why does it have to take you 3-4 years for you to tap in as an NFL quarterback? You should be able to sit for a year. With the Giants plan on doing with Jackson Dart for a year, it should not take you 3-4 years of you sitting to process the NFL game. That's malarkey. The only reason why the Packers did that because they had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks at the time. So we get that, but you should not be having to sit a whole 3 years, bro. I need to, because that's slowing up my process. I need to know if you're the guy. I need to know if you're the guy after a year. If you're the guy after a year, I win. If you're not the guy, I still win because now I know that you're not the quarterback for me. I don't have time to be sitting guys for 3-4 years to see if they get it. What am I drafting you number 1 for? Josh Allen sat for. I think Josh Allen played his rookie year. I could keep going. Lamar played his rookie year. Lamar played in the playoff game, I think, his rookie year. Michael Vick sat for a year under Chris Chandler. Carson Palmer sat for a year. I should not have to take you. It's like why are people always blaming? Now, of course, the organization make mistakes, but at the end of the day, it's like, well, it's the coach's fault. What is the coach's fault is drafting him that high, but it's not their fault for putting him out there. It's not his fault. It's not their fault for putting him out there. He played, I think, 2 games. He looked pretty decent. His first opening game of his career against the Jaguars, I remember that game. He looked really good. And I think he got hurt his rookie year. So, and internally, he still kind of had the red shirt his first year. Then you come in your second year. You play your second year. And the guy was 2 for 15 in opening game against the Texans. How are you 2 for 15 in the first half? That is terrible. You completed 2 passes out of 15. 2 out of 15 for 80 yards and a touchdown, which he slipped on the turf and launched it. But that's what these organizations and these fans get enamored with shit like that. But you look throughout the game, they can't make reads. They can't hit guys on target out their routes. They can't go through progressions. They can't read defenses. That don't matter because you could launch 80 yards, bro. That don't matter. That does not matter, bro. So, you know, and then Quentin Nelson, one of the best offensive linemen, he came out and said, bro, we just want stability. We just need consistency at the quarterback position. And that gets frustrating, have to keep us a revolving door year after year with quarterbacks, and then you drafting these guys, and it's not the answer to the organization. Now, me personally, I think they should have went with Anthony Richardson week 1, but at the end of the day, Shane Steichan is trying to save his job and go with Daniel Jones, and which is understandable. Give somebody else a shot, and then you come in and then you finish the season if he play bad. So I get that. I'm not mad at it. It's no right or wrong on where you want to go with it, but at least if you would have went on Anthony Richardson and he still struggled, you kick him to the door. It's over with. Get Daniel Jones, because y'all not gonna be competing for playoffs. Hell no. No, indeed. Colts they're in the bottom league of quarterback. Shannon Sharp want to get on us. The Colts are down there along with the Browns situation as well, along with the Jets situation as well. These quarterbacks are terrible. I mean, look at, and it's like when you read the kid high school numbers, I don't know how in the fuck were you in the, I don't understand it. It's like the numbers in high school was unimpressive. The college numbers was unimpressive. But we too worried about the physical ability. it is what it is. Let me read y'all some numbers real quick. So in 2 seasons, this guy's 8-7, 2,391 yards, 11 touchdowns, 13 picks. I'm going to repeat that again. 11 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. He has more interceptions than touchdowns. You have a 50.6 completion percentage. Guys, that's what guys was getting in the 2000s, early 2000s. When the offenses was running the ball and playing through their defense. You are 50.6 completion percentage in a modern offensive era. This is terrible. Daniel Jones in his career is 24-44. This is terrible. Colts don't have a shot this year. They better run the ball with Jonathan Taylor this year. That's why I feel like even with Shane Steichan, it shouldn't. You managed to go 9-8, miss the playoffs by a drop pass against the Texans the last play of the game. C.J. Stroud rookie year almost made the playoffs. You finished 9-8 that year. Last year 8-9. To me, the Colts are overachieving with this quarterback play. You bringing out Gardner Minshew and Anthony Richardson, and Colts defenses have never really just been the top of the league recently. The GM, it's time for the GM for a change, and let Shane Steichan regroup and get him up, because I do think Shane Steichan is a good coach. I do think that. He's a pretty decent coach. But you're coaching with one arm behind your back. So let's go at his high school numbers. Anthony Richardson, freshman year, 434 yards, 2 touchdowns, 4 picks. Sophomore, 1,234 yards, 10 touchdowns, 8 picks. 51 completion percentage. Junior year, 1,567 yards, 17 touchdowns, 6 picks, 48 completion percentage. Your senior year, 1,398 yards, 8 touchdowns, and 1 pick, 64 completion percentage. So the high school numbers, I don't know. Now, they said, obviously, he was dynamic, running the ball out the pocket. But, you go to Florida. He showed flashes at Florida. But, man, that tape was not nothing for you to be no first-round draft pick, bro. What separated him from Joe Milton? Look at Joe Milton and look at Anthony Richardson. What separates them? And then Joe Milton coming out and saying, that ain't my problem that I'm throwing the ball. You shouldn't be in the NFL if you weren't about me throwing the ball, bullet passes. That's y'all problem right there. That tell me everything you need to know. Quarterback position is not always about throwing the ball rockets. You have to throw sometimes touch passes, lob passes, angle passes. It's not always about throwing damn near rockets on 5-yard slant routes. Now, as an NFL receiver, you should be able to catch damn near every ball. But you got to give your receiver a catchable ball. And usually when you're throwing rockets, you're throwing over their fucking head. That's your problem, Joe Milton. And it's the same thing with Anthony Richardson. So I'm going to read y'all real quick with strengths and weaknesses for this kid coming out the draft. And y'all going to see that it's the same stuff what he's dealing with the NFL. So the strengths, amazing skill set. Obviously has a cannon arm. Throws an accurate deep ball. Weaknesses. Extremely inaccurate as a passer. Consistently misses on routine completion. So to fill y'all in, if y'all don't know what routine completion is, it's the easy routes. It's throwing the ball out the backfield to the running back. It's throwing the 5-yard drag routes. It's throwing the 10-yard curl routes. It's throwing the 5-yard slant routes. That's what we're talking about. The easy completions. He lacks making finesse throws. Struggles to throw a catchable ball in short to intermediate routes. And he does a bad job at that. That's the one thing that bothers me about him a lot. Is the uncatchable balls in intermediate routes. Holds on to the ball too long. This decision making needs to improve, and struggled against good defenses. And you and Anthony Richardson supporters think that this kid is going to take the coach somewhere? He needs to go back. He needs to go ahead and get off the team. I thought about it. He got to go. It's time for Shane Steichan and the coach to cut bait. It's just been too much going on with this kid. You're either injured, you're either playing lackluster on the field, You tapping yourself out. It's time to go on to a different direction. Let them come in next year and get a new quarterback. And as for the coaching, you don't want to keep going through coaches, bro. It ain't like Shane Steichan got these guys 4-13 like Urban Meyer and Frank Reich did with the Panthers. They've been competitive. They coaching with one arm behind their back, guys. They got to get a quarterback. It's a quarterback-heavy draft and start over. Let Anthony Richardson go build with somebody else. Maybe he go under Sean McVay and learn how to quarterback position. And I'm going to say this real quick because this is very important what I'm about to say, guys. I can't teach you how to throw the ball properly. You know what I'm saying? I can't teach you how to throw a 10-yard comeback route properly. I can't teach you how to throw a deep post route properly. I can't teach you how to throw a dig route properly. That's something you got to do, bro. I can't teach you how to throw right arm angles. I can't teach you that. The coaching is there to make the playbook easy for him, give him great route concepts, call good plays, help him learn, read defenses. They're there more for the mental. Help you learn defense, help you progress through your reads easier, show you where you went wrong on your decision making on one play to the next. Why do you think Jameis Winston had his best season with Sean Payton? Jameis had a skill set, but it was the mental and processing information on the field. That's what it was. I can't teach you how to throw the ball properly. You actually throwing the ball properly. I can't. That's something you have to work on. So sometimes the coaching get a bad. Now, Caleb Williams, on the other hand, that was just poor coaching what he had. And some of it, you know, he began to get bad habits with the terrible O-line play. But now you get good coaching. Now I can slow the game down for you, big guy. Relax. I'm going to make the playbook easier for you. You know what I'm saying? But I can't teach you how to throw a 5-yard slant route on time. I can't teach you that. That's something you have to work on. And a lot of times these guys, you know, they just go so headlong and not. You got to preparate. I would take this time out, Anthony Richardson, to preparate. And if the coach decide to keep you, preparate, watch film. Just like Bryce Young. They had to calm Bryce Young down, and it worked out. And that's the only reason why Bryce Young is still on his Panthers roster, because he learned to pick it up his second. That's what I said, guys. It should take you a year and a half. And Bryce Young's situation was absolutely horrendous with that terrible ass offensive line he had. So they had to calm him down, sit him down for a little while, and regroup. So this is the time Anthony Richardson should be getting it in your third year. You still making the same mistakes, bro. That is a problem. Bryce Young picked it up to the second half of last season. That's why he get another shot. But if he bomb out, he's out of there. Canales don't got time to deal with that. So that's all I got, guys. I wish Anthony Richardson best of luck. He seems like a good kid. He's taking it well on the chin. He quoted basically with the Daniel Jones move that, you know, they felt like they had to go with the better guy. And that's all Shane Steichan can do, because people jobs are getting close to on the line. I'm out.